Hello and welcome again to another video. In today's video, we are going to be discussing a female hero. We haven't done one of these for a while. A lot of the heroes we've been doing in the past couple days are a lot like monsters or ghouls or, a lot of stuff that doesn't really have, you could say, a gender to them. They're just mostly like forces of nature kind of a thing. So, but today is a female, so we're doing a female hero after quite a while. So today's hero is Lady Laser. And once again, as I kind of look at this past doodle that I did, many years ago, I remember that I didn't really think much about her. It was just kind of, once again, just like another female hero. But the one thing that I really thought was cool was the ability that she had to emit just these focused energy beams from her fingertips, and kind of, how one could utilize that ability to their advantage while fighting monsters or villains or something like that. Just the ability to, you either emit just one beam out of one finger or, potentially 5 beams out of all 5, fingers in your thumb, out of your hand. And so, but aside from that, really no backstory or anything came about as I drew this doodle. And aside from just obviously the ability to emit beams of energy from one's fingertips. So, but yeah, so let's go ahead and get into kind of her re-envisioning. And the interesting thing is I've actually redrawn her a couple times in the past. And so I kind of took a little bit of that inspiration into redesigning her now. And so, but anyway, so let's go ahead and get into that. And so, yeah, a lot of her overall design didn't really change much from the doodle that I had done. It pretty much stayed about the same. I did want her to have the ability to kind of like fly or, something along that. Give her a little more to her ability than just, shoot lasers out of her hands. So, but yeah, we'll get into a little bit more of her backstory. Really, that was the key thing that changed based off over the years, was just kind of her backstory a little bit, was really the big thing that I expounded a little more on, I guess would be the word to use. Whereas kind of her costume and overall look didn't really change much. One thing I did do is I kind of made her, in the original doodle, she just had like gloves on, but I made it kind of, added a little more to her costume design. I made her more like almost the entire forearm up to her elbow, and even a little bit past her elbow. And so, yeah, I just kind of add a little more to that. And then like her boots, I can't remember in the original doodle or not, but, I brought them up to clear up to her knees, just to once again add a little more to the overall costume, rather than being, just her practically naked, her skin. It's just adding a little more to the costume. So, and when it came to colors, like, the colors were, I had the skin and the hair kind of a warm color, and then obviously, the green of her outfit, but I was like, I want a little more to it. And so I did, another color, which is blue, that's not complementary, but, right next to green on the color wheel, and just kind of add a little more to it. And even with her hair is a little on the cooler side and stuff like that. And so to once again, just kind of really emphasize the warmth in her skin and stuff like that. So, but anyway, yeah, when it came to the colors, I didn't have a whole lot to, to go off of. I just kind of looked at the color wheel and like, these will probably work, I guess. So, I think a lot of it came just from inspiration on like what I wanted her lasers that she emits from her hand to look like. And I wanted him to be very much like a real phosphorescent magenta color, as you can see here that I enter in now. And so I wanted the focus more to be on the energy that she emits rather than, the overall look of her costume. So everything kind of complements her power that she emits from her hands. So, but anyway, there's kind of her final redesign. So we'll take a look here at the final picture. And so there she is. And once again, not a whole lot changed from her original design in essence. So, but let's get into her backstory and powers and abilities. So once again, Lady Laser. Backstory: from the same planet that the Gloved Guardian and the Golden Guardian hail from comes Selene, a female of their species. Like her two compatriots, very little is known about her, and she rarely visits Earth due to her duties placing her in a different quadrant of the galaxy. What we do know, according to the Cosmic Cadet, is that she is not yet a full-fledged member of the Galactic Guardians, but she works closely with the Star Sorcerer in protecting a region of the Milky Way galaxy approximately 1,700 light years from Earth. So obviously her real name is Selene. I don't know why I didn't make that adjustment here. But yeah, her real name is Selene. But, she's known throughout the universe as Lady Laser. And she stands about 5 feet 11 inches, and she weighs about 118 pounds. So she's a little on the tall side for a female, but, she isn't a giant by any means. But she comes from the same planet as two previous heroes that we had covered here on this channel, and it's the Gloved Guardian and the Golden Guardian. So, but her powers and abilities: while fighting alongside Selene, also known as Lady Laser, the Cosmic Cadet witnessed a power level on par with some of the heaviest hitters in the galaxy. He noted that due to her origins as a member of a race of humanoids who have evolved to the point where their physical form is almost entirely governed by their spiritual essence, she possesses complete mastery over both body and spirit. She has the same, if not comparable, abilities as others of her race, including super strength, durability, flight, and extreme speed, allowing her to traverse the far reaches of the galaxy with ease. One ability the Cosmic Cadet observed, which others of her race either do not possess or refuse to use, is her power to emit extremely powerful beams of energy from her hands. He reported that she single-handedly dismantled a tectonic titan piece by piece using these beams. So again, one of the key things that sets her aside from the rest of her species on her planet is that she has this ability to emit powerful beams of energy from her hands. So, but again, looking at kind of her power stats, she's roughly about the same strength and durability and speed and intelligence and stamina as, other beings observed from her planet, like Gloved Guardian and the Golden Guardian. But again, one of the key things that makes her different is that she does have the ability to emit these powerful beams. So her power projection is far more than others from her planet. So, but anyway, that is the powers, abilities, and backstory of Lady Laser. So it was fun to do another female hero, and and I think there's a couple here coming up in the future, so look forward to doing those as well. But anyway, thanks again for tuning into this video, and we'll catch you in the next one.